this is what we're saving you from, right? The software development lifecycle of death, right? Because if you have to change one of these things, you're going to install your RDS and you go, hey, you know what? We have to change this policy. Let's go ahead and create a functional spec, right? And then you're going to send that to IT, and the developer's going to make a change, and you're going to do the testing, and oh, it's not going to work, right? I can say this because I used to be a developer too. We break stuff now and again. It's got to go back, right? The developer's got to fix it. It's got to go back to testing, and then you're in this cycle of death right there, just going and going till eventually it works, right? What we're trying to say is you don't have to do that. We can drastically shorten the times to implement. After I show you the solution in there, you'll get it. So let's talk about a timeline of where we're trying to save you the business process dollars out there, right? When it comes to installing the RDS, and this is linear, right? Obviously, certain things to Mike's timeline can occur at the same time. But when you're standing up Payroll Control Center, you obviously have to install it. That's going to take the same amount of time regardless. You're definitely going to have to do the blueprinting. You're going to have to look at the policies and alerts that are out there and your payroll processes to make sure they get tweaked or how you want to tweak them. But then it comes to the implementation, right? Because if you tweak a bunch of policies without a rapid deployment solution like SpinifexIT, you're going to be writing code. So your implementation time is going to take longer, right? With the Easy Reporter side of the fence, your implementation time is shorter because we're really just building reports. We're not actually writing code. And not only that, our testing can be done a whole lot faster too, because as Mike alluded, we report off the declustered data in our solution. What I'm getting at is if you change a policy using the standard RDS, so let's say you change a threshold, you got to save that. You have to load the policy in the Payroll Control Center. You then have to rerun the monitoring step to make that work so that you can see the policy pop, if it pops any individuals. With the Easy Reporter solution, we're technically building a report. I can change that report and then run it directly against the declustered data right then and there, see my result that's coming back, and be very, very confident that when I put this report in the Payroll Control Center, it's going to give me the same result out there. So that's really what we're talking about. We're saving you time on implementation and testing. And we're looking at this right now from an installation going live kind of standpoint. Implementation and testing are those phases that still occur in the future, right? If you're going to go change a policy or you're going to implement a new one because you found a new business process you want to improve upon or audit, you got to do that same process. We got to implement something, we got to test it, right? So we're trying to save you the time now and then save you the time later with that. And here's the final thing, or two final things actually before we get in there, where we go a step further. So I'm going to show you today how Easy Reporter and the SpinifexIT PCC RDS can improve your policies, but I'm also going to show you how they improve your research, right? Because what we allow you to do is PCC is going to tell you something's wrong, right? And in this case, because this is the scenario we're going to look at, someone's going to have a retro over a certain amount. And you're going to go, you know what, PCC, thank you. That's great. But why? And what was it? What caused the retro? Well, what we're going to show you today is right from within Payroll Control Center. I can drill in to this person's wage types and see exactly where the retro occurred and on what wage types it happened on out there. And even I'm going to show you next step. It's not in these slides, but I'm actually going to show you what piece of master data changed that caused this retro to occur without ever having to go back into the payroll system and figuring out what actually happened out there.